everyone, and welcome. Today, we're talking about the unsung heroes of our digital lives, the people on the other end of the line when your computer decides to have a bad day, the user support specialist. They're not just some calm voice, they're actually a super critical part of the modern world. Let's dig into why.
I mean, come on. We've all been there, right? That feeling, that spike of pure panic when a deadline is staring you down and your computer just stops working. It's this universal moment of frustration, and honestly, it's the entire reason this profession even exists.
Okay, so let's break this down. What is this universal problem? Well, it usually boils down to a few core digital roadblocks that I am willing to bet look very, very familiar.
First up, this classic. You know the one. That moment of pure dread when that crucial document you just saved has simply vanished.
Or maybe it's this one. You know you have permission, you know you're supposed to be in there, but the system just says nope, locking you out of your own work. Infuriating.
And then, the one that makes your heart just stop, a virus warning. It can freeze your entire workflow in an instant. Look, these aren't just little glitches. They're symptoms of a much bigger set of challenges.
And when you zoom out, the scope here is, well, it's huge. It ranges from things like wasted resources. Just think about an employee losing half a day trying to fix a printer, to critical user mistakes, like accidentally deleting a massive project file. And it escalates fast into really serious territory: security threats, invasions of privacy, and even physical health problems from bad ergonomics. All of this has a real, tangible cost. So, how on earth did our technology get so complicated?
To really get why we need so much support, we have to take a quick look back at how computing has evolved. It's gone from this centralized, expert-only tool to something that's on every single desk and in every single pocket. Now, what's really fascinating here is the fundamental shift this shows. Back in the 90s and 2000s, distributed computing was king. That just means the computer and all its software were physically right there, in your office, on your desk. But in the 2010s, we moved to cloud computing, where all those resources are stored on massive internet servers, and we just access them through apps. And that changed everything. This timeline really puts it all into perspective. The PC boom of the 90s meant millions of new users suddenly needed help. Then, the shift to the cloud didn't actually simplify things. It created this whole new messy layer of problems. Things about access, internet connections, and all these interconnected services. This growing complexity created an absolute explosion in the need for a real solution. And that solution, the hero of our story, is the support specialist. They are the professional problem solvers who navigate this complex tech landscape for the rest of us. But what does that support actually look like in the real world?
Well, for starters, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Support can be as informal as just asking the person at the next desk for help, or it can be a highly structured, outsourced call center halfway around the world. But for most of us, our main point of contact takes a very specific form.
And that form is the help desk. This is the central hub, the very first place you go when something goes wrong. And the key phrase here is single point of contact. Instead of you having to hunt down the right person for your specific problem, the help desk acts as the front door for everything, whether you reach them by phone, email, or a chat window. So what does it really take to be that person on the other end of the line? It is so much more than just being good with computers. It's a professional discipline that requires a very specific toolkit. It all begins with knowledge. This is the what, the technical facts, the stuff you learn from certifications or training. For example, knowing the exact memory specifications for a particular laptop model. That's knowledge. But knowledge is pretty useless without skills. This is the how, the ability to actually apply that knowledge. It's not just knowing the specs. It's skillfully diagnosing why that memory is failing, based on years of experience. See the difference? And finally, there are abilities. These are the inherent who, things like being a naturally patient listener or being fluent in multiple languages. It's the unique combination of all three: knowing the facts, having the skill to diagnose the problem, and the ability to calmly explain it that makes a truly great support specialist. So given this really complex skill set, it's no surprise that this field isn't just a job. It's a promising and a really fast-growing career path. And hey, the data totally backs this up. Now, while these projections from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics are from a few years back, they show this incredibly powerful trend: a 17% growth for computer support and a massive 28% for network support. That tells you there is a sustained, high demand for people with these skills.
And what's really cool is that user support is often a launch pad, not a final destination.
The foundational skills you build here in problem solving, in networking, in security are directly applicable to a huge range of advanced careers. It's like a gateway to the entire tech industry.
So, I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. As automation and AI get better and better at handling the simple, repetitive tech problems, the role of the human support specialist is bound to change. So will the most valuable skill in the future not be technical knowledge, but the human ability to listen, to understand frustration, and to communicate with empathy? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.